This video was edited by AJ Analysis. A link to his channel will be in the description below. So Darwin Nunes seems to be the next talent off the Benfica production line, being linked with Manchester United, Newcastle and West Ham during the January transfer window, and Liverpool and Manchester City in the last week or so. But how good is he? Is he West Ham level, is he Champions League level, or is he world class level? Would he fit into Manchester City or Liverpool side, and would it be seen as torture by the European Court of Justice if he was forced to play with Harry Maguire and Wan-Bissaka? But before I go any further, for cheap good quality football jerseys, retro jerseys and tracksuits, go over to www.jerseyfever.com. I myself have bought a number of different jerseys from Jersey Fever, including this 2003-2004 Manchester United shirt with Ronaldo on the back, and this one's probably my favourite. So if you want a shirt like this, be sure to click the link in the description below and use code ATLANTISFOOTBALL with a space to get 5% off. I'll suggest some alternatives as well as where he would fit in best. So Nunes is 22-23 in June and signed for Benfica in the summer of 2020 from Almeria for around 24 million euros, around 20 million pounds. He was at Almeria for just one season after signing in 29 from Uruguay and signed Penarol for around 10 million pounds. In his first season in Europe as a 20-year-old, Nunes scored 16 goals in 30 appearances for Almeria in Spain's second division. After moving to Benfica in his first season, he would score 6 goals in 29 Liga NOS appearances. Not a fantastic return, but he did pick up 10 assists, and in all competitions he would score 14 goals in 44 appearances. But this season Nunes has gone to another level, scoring 20 goals in 21 Liga NOS appearances, a total of 25 goals in 31 appearances in all competitions. And when I go into his XG stats in more detail, you'll see just how insane Nunes has been this season. But before we get into the detailed metrics, what kind of striker is Darwin Nunes? Well, in terms of style, I would say he's a blend between Romelu Lukaku and Edinson Cavani. I say Lukaku because when you watch him, aesthetically, he has quite a clumsy technique, as Lukaku does. But like the Belgium, he seems to make it work for him, as he has the necessary pace, power and strength, as well as a technique to actually use it to his advantage, able to bulldoze past opposition players, and this can be seen as he's completed 1.8 dribbles per 90 in Liga NOS this season, a testament to Nunes' ability to progress the ball forward with the ball at his feet. Like Lukaku, he's fairly good in terms of linking the attack as well, creating chances for others despite his uncomfortable looking style, creating 1.4 key passes per 90. However, his main strength of course is his goal scoring. He is the top goal scorer in Liga NOS this season with 20 goals, 6 ahead of Liverpool's new signing Luis Diaz in second with 14, and Nunes is scoring at an incredible rate of 1.3 goals per 90 minutes. He's massively overperforming his XG rate of 12.34 and overperformance of 7.66 goals, showing how clinical Nunes has been in front of goal. He's also hit 3 goals in 7 Champions League games, with 2 of them coming against Barcelona in Benfica's 3-0 home win, and the other coming in a 5-2 loss away at Bayern Munich. He's very much an old-fashioned battering ram of a centre forward, whilst the likes of Benzema and Lewandowski are more subtle and better technically outside of the box. Nunes is best either when receiving a direct pass to his feet or chest, holding it up before bringing others into play, or when making runs into the channels, looking to beat his man and then create a chance. I'd compare him to someone like Diego Costa, having that same physicality and South American aggression, whilst also being deadly in front of goal. In 2013-2014 for Atletico Madrid, Diego Costa would score 27 goals in 35 La Liga appearances, hitting 36 in 52 in all competitions, winning La Liga and getting to the Champions League final with Atletico Madrid that season. He would then move to Chelsea, where he would score 20 in 26 Premier League games, helping Chelsea to the Premier League title. And Nunes certainly has similarities to Costa that I could see relating well to the Premier League, being that advanced centre forward who can be the focal point of the attack. He can run the channels and make runs in behind, whilst also being dominant in the air, so would suit a side with good crosses on the flanks. And I would say he's very similar to someone like Napoli's Victor Osimhen, who I will also be doing an analysis video of, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss out on that video. However, his Diego Costa-esque style could also be a criticism of Nunes, as I do think he needs to improve his control under pressure and technical elegance, as sometimes his clunky style can lead to him holding onto the ball for too long and not being able to link the attack sufficiently as other top level strikers. Both West Ham and Newcastle should be looking for a centre forward in the summer, with West Ham needing a long-term Antonio replacement and Newcastle needing a striker who's at least Europa League level, as I'm not convinced Chris Wood or Callum Wilson are anything but stopgaps. And I think Nunez would be a good signing for either club, depending on one caveat, which I will come on to later. But for West Ham, Nunez would work well as a lone centre forward or even in a front two with Antonio. He'd provide the running in behind that West Ham need with their quick transition in attack, and he does have a resemblance to both Antonio and Andy Carroll, which I think the West Ham fans would take to, as would Newcastle fans, because I think he'd thrive with the likes of Alan Saint-Maximin and Kieran Trippier in the side, with both players having excellent crossing delivery, which Nunez could take advantage of. However, the sticking point for both sides would be the cost. Benfica reportedly demanded £50 million in January, but are now set to hike up the price probably to around £60 million, which I think is far too much for either Newcastle or West Ham, who do need quite a few other reinforcements in other positions, so can't afford to spunk the budget on one player. With Mason Greenwood's career seemingly over, Cavani moving on at the end of the season, and Rashford losing value quicker than the Russian ruble, it seems like Manchester United will be in the market for another striker this summer. Now, with Ronaldo still likely to be around, United need a striker who's able to either play in a front two with Ronaldo or as an alternative option as a lone striker when Ronaldo doesn't feature. I could see Nunez playing up front with Ronaldo, as Ronaldo could be the player to act as a deeper line forward, dropping off to link the attack, whilst Nunez sits higher up the pitch, looking to make runs in behind when United have possession in the middle third. Nunez could provide the running into the channels, giving United the option of directly progressing the ball forward. Having both Nunez and Ronaldo up front would give United two top-level goal scorers. However, there would be the question of whether this would work, especially with Bruno Fernandes and Jadon Sancho in the side. I could see it working if United's next manager was to use a 4-2-2 system and have Sancho and Fernandes in behind Nunez and Ronaldo, and then have aggressively offensive fullbacks pushing forward to provide the output from the flanks. However, I don't think Nunez to Manchester United would be the right move, as I think if United are to target a striker, he needs to be someone capable of playing as a deeper line forward. Someone like Harry Kane would be perfect, as in a front two with Ronaldo, Kane could drop off between the lines, and this would allow Ronaldo to retain a higher position, and Fernandes to make runs ahead of Harry Kane. Nunez isn't this kind of striker, and I think if signed we would see a direct conflict between him and Ronaldo in the system, which would likely result in only one of them playing in the system at a time. I think the same applies to both Manchester City and Liverpool as well in regards to Nunez's potential transfer. Liverpool need a centre forward who's more of a false nine, a mix between an attacking midfielder and a forward to drop off between the lines, and this isn't Nunez's game. City could use a natural centre forward, which is why they are pursuing Haaland, but I still don't think that Nunez has the technical ability to thrive in that City system and suits more of a direct style of play. But also more simply, I'm not 100% convinced that Nunez at the top level just yet, and that's why I don't think either Liverpool or Manchester City should pursue him. I do think he's just below that category of top level strikers, but given that Karim Benzema, Erling Haaland, Robert Lewandowski, Andre Silva and Harry Kane are all gettable this summer, I don't think that the super clubs like City, Liverpool, Chelsea and even Manchester United as well should be targeting Nunez. Also because he's going to cost around £60 million as well, and I think there's just better value for money in other forwards on the market that I've mentioned. So where do I think Darwin Nunes should go? Well, despite me not quite thinking he's at that top level of striker, that doesn't mean I don't think he can be a fantastic signing, but I feel that given the type of player he is, the system needs to be suited to him. He can't just be dropped into any side and instantly have the same impact that he's having at Benfica. I think a move to Atletico Madrid would suit both player and club, as Atletico Madrid do have the money and they do need a striker with Suarez moving on, and I think their direct style of play, playing long passes in behind from deep and getting crosses into the box, would be perfect for Nunes, and I can see him developing into a world-class striker at Atletico Madrid, refining parts of his game and being the next off the production line of world-class Atletico Madrid strikers following Diego Costa, Falcao, Forlan, Aguero, Antoine Griezmann and Fernando Torres. I also think that Nunes could be a good fit for Napoli if Victor Osimhen was to leave, as both players are very similar, which I will be talking about in my analysis video of Osimhen. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you want to see that, as they both have that physical, combative presence up front, and so it would be a seamless replacement in my opinion, and I could see Nunes having success at Napoli just as his fellow Uruguayan Edison Cavani did before him. Inter Milan would also be a good fit. Dzeko is 35, soon to be 36, and I think alongside Lautaro Martinez, Darwin Nunes would be an excellent addition, with the Argentine being able to play the role of the deeper line forward who can drop off and link the attack, with Nunes being the advanced forward, providing the movement in behind, and I think he would be much better value for money than say bringing back Romelu Lukaku from Chelsea. So that's my analysis of Darwin Nuneez. Let me know some other players you want me to analyse. Check the description for the football shirts, the phone cases and the other videos as well. And subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications, and check out some of my other videos as well.